Hey, this is Tony DeSantos. You may know me in the Adelaide scene as Black Dynamite, here to bring you another deck profile. And this time we're going to go through Miracle Hero. It's a personal favorite deck of mine, and I've been doing very well with this deck in the local scenes, and pretty much I love the deck. I love what it can do. Reminds me of the Power Rangers, so why not? But let's get right onto it. Here we go. Alright, first off you got a Stratos, about 3 of these as well. Basically, first turn, bring out Stratos, get these guys, really nice, 19 attacker, beats everything. You also got 3 Thunder King Ryos. Basically, it really affects the meta, it's a light for your fusions. Overall, it's a really damaging card, you know, TGs, agents and all that sort of stuff. Basically, I find myself running 3 of these, and 3 of these are fantastic, you just gotta run 3 of those. You also got Ice Edge. Basically, there's my waters for my absolute zero. Also, these things are very handy in getting rid of pesky, summon warnings, summon judgments, Starlight Roads, bottomless trap holes. It's really nice overall. You also got your 2 effect failures. You got this fire dude here. Basically, the only reason I run it is because he's a 19 attacker fire monster that's Gemini, and also can be also used for Nova Master, which I've brought out a number of times thanks to this dude. You also got you can't really see it, but Honest, you know, because there's so many lights in this deck, and also he's another light target for, what you call it, the Shiny. And also a Gauze, one of my favorite monsters, so I try to fit it in, and it works out really well. Alright, let's see what we got. So we got here, we got 2 Majesty Calls, helps getting that turn 1 Stratos going. You got 2 Mask Change. This isn't really good for a competitive deck, but it's just really fun to use this card. All you can really use is with Ice Edge and Absolute Zero to get your Vapor and just a lot of pressure overall. You got 3 Gemini Sparks, thanks to Mikkel, who did the Hulk version for me. So you got and you also got 3 Dualities, 3 Miracle Fusions, Max Rarity of course for my entire deck. A Rhoda, Monster Reborn, Dark Hole, Heavy Storm, and the Super Poly. You gotta run 1 Super Poly in main deck, and to be honest, it wins me games, especially against rogue decks like Dragoonity. Sometimes I'm, get through a Stardust and that. Overall, amazing card. Alright, then you got the Starlight Road. Basically, because there's so many quick play magic cards as well as trap cards, you can basically set a back row of cards no problem and have this set down. It's really nice. It's got Treasure Tribute, Trap Dustshoot, Summon Judgment, 2 Warnings, and Bottomless Trap Hole. Basically that's my entire month's trap lineup. It's been working out really well for me. And also we got the let's see, let's get the extra deck going here. You got the Utopia, the Roach, Catasta, Stardust Dragon, Trishula. As you notice, those are doing 3 synchros, and pretty much this deck can't really synchro. Just uses effect veiler, so plus it's good really. You can't really synchro. The space is tied with the fusions and the Exceed monsters, so these are the most important ones that you realistically can bring out. Also got your Mars Hero Vapors for the Mars Change, Gaia for the Earth Fusion, 3 Super Poly, Nova Master, Great Tornado, fantastic card, 2 Shinings, 2 Absolute Zeros, and as you can see, it's the Dragon Knight Draco, pretty sexy. And moving on to this side deck we got here. Basically, my previous side deck was pretty bad, I reckon, and so I fixed this up for today's tournament, and it worked really well. Worked well against TG agents, Tour Guide agents, plants. Some weird rogue decks like was that Monster Mash deck a friend of mine called it. It's been fantastic. So you got 2 Doom Calibers, which are basically amazing against a lot of decks, especially slowing down the pace overall of the game, stopping agents from exploding with Earth and Venus. Just an amazing card overall. You got 2 Breakers. The reason I have this is because there's been an uprise of Cosmos decks. So this really helps me out against that matchup, since I'm not gonna handle it too well. You got 2 DD Crows. Overall, really nice card. I put this in because of Dark World, as well as a plant plant matchups and whatnot. So overall, it's a really nice card. 2 Mystical Space Fiends, once again for Cosmos, or just certain decks where it'll be a problem, you know, like let's say, yeah, Dark World or Cosmos, TGs, you know, just certain matchups that this card could be handy against. Also the second Poly, just got to have it depending on the matchup, like Dragoonity, get rid of those pesky Stardust Dragons. I've got the 2 Mind Crushers, you know, because they're amazing cards side decked. You know, TGs, Agents, the odd Samurai deck, which is, you know, kind of piss poor reason, really, but yeah. 2 Skill Drains. This deck can easily run Skill Drains, and it helps me quite a bit today. I sided this in like half my matches, and it's beautiful. Also the debunks, you know, obviously, because of plants and whatnot. Alright, so basically, this deck is a personal favorite. Basically, the matchups I have most trouble with is basically decks that are faster, such as plants and agents. Usually, the only deck I'm really concerned about, to be honest, is agents, because, you know, when it goes to the whole Venus into Gachi play, it's a pain in the ass, really, and usually I take a bit of damage early game. That's why the that's why I got the Skill Drains. It helped me out a lot when I did the Venus into Gachi play, and then drew into this card, basically made this Gachi and Venus, you know, weak as, so I ran over it. Basically, Mind Crushers, no, it's no pretty obvious choices. But the Super Poly, I tend to find myself siding it in. Well, against certain matchups anyway, like Dark World, it's useless. Dragoonity, it's handy. Same with Samurais. Now with plants, it's pretty interesting. You know, especially with Levia Dragon, Tengus, certain Synchro monsters coming out. It's being pretty nice, to be honest. Being pretty nice. And of course, you know, the Mists. Basically, the thing I like most about the side deck is the 2 Doom Caliber Knights. It's been really handy. Like, there's been this deck, Monster Mash, mill a lot and stuff. This killed deck pretty much next with Skill Drain. Agents, this card gave him so much pressure along the Thunder King. Pretty much overall it gave it like a little, what do you call it, a stun. Adds more to the stun to the deck that it already has. Also against, what other decks that I can think of on top of my head? Probably like GBs and stuff, I don't know. Some shit stuff, I don't know. If there's anything I'd change in the deck, there probably wouldn't be anything. I've been trying to take out Mars Change, but it's just for the fun factor. It's really nice, really beautiful. I've actually won games where I've attacked with Ice Edge, then Mars Change, just for the extra 2400 damage. But overall, in this deck, probably to make it better, would be to take out the Mars Change, put some better stuff in. They'll take out some space out of the fusion, the extra deck, so you can put in stuff like Black Rose Dragon, and just Bryanak as well, just so that your Monster Reborn gives you more options against certain matchups like, what do you call it, against plants and whatnot. But overall, this deck is pretty much the stock standard. Basically, basically runs the standard stuff. Nothing really special. I put this Solemn Judgment back in, but before I didn't run the Solemn Judgment just because this deck doesn't swarm. It's not as fast, and I find myself sometimes losing because I play Solemn Judgment and the Black Luster comes out of nowhere afterwards and kills me. But overall, this deck is, I got no real way of fixing it. As you can see, stock standard. And that's about it, really. If you guys have any feedback, any comments, hopefully something that could make my deck profiles, you know, better, I'd love to hear it. And if you have any questions about the deck, like if you got questions like best matchups, worst matchups, how to deal with certain situations, just give me a buzz. Just message me, inbox me on YouTube, and I'll make another video about it. Anyways, this is Black Dynamite signing out. Thank you.